ages 5 to 11 have shown a strong immune response to the vaccine. Pfizer is separately evaluating and testing vaccines in children ages 2 to 5 and in the youngest ages 6 months to 2 years old. Here in Georgia, new vaccine numbers show 54% of the state have at least one dose, while 47% of Georgians are fully vaccinated. And Georgia's number of new COVID infections and patients continues to decline statewide. Right now, there are about 3,200 new cases. That is down more than 20% in the last week. Georgia's test positivity rate, though, it's still pretty up there, double the level recommended by the World Health Organization to avoid high community spread of the virus. There are also fewer COVID hospitalizations. August 12th was the last time we saw a number this low. Those with the virus make up about 24% of all people in the hospital as of Friday. We like to get that number below 20% to make sure our hospitals are not too overwhelmed. Georgia continues to struggle, however, with COVID deaths. Right now, we are facing some of the highest averages yet. As of Friday, 126 more Georgians had lost their lives to the virus. Nearly 22,000 people in Georgia have died from COVID. And as the new cases of COVID gradually drop, experts say they believe the latest surge could finally subside. 11Alive's Chrissy Diaz tells us when experts believe we can see some relief.
It could get worse before it gets better, but there is a light at the end of this tunnel. And experts say the light might shine brighter around Thanksgiving. Now, health experts say this Delta wave will surge across the country and it will hit different regions at different times. But if we can hold on for about 2 more months, experts think this wave will play out and we'll all be able to breathe a little bit easier.
There's still a lot of pockets of vulnerability, and this may be the last major wave of infection. I think by Thanksgiving, you'll have seen this move its way through the country. The virus isn't going away, but prevalence levels will decline to a level that feels more manageable.
So now the question is, what is manageable? Well, let's look at the numbers. At the peak of the surge, the 7-day average was 160,000 cases a day. Right now, that average is closer to 114,000. But eventually, Dr. Gottlieb, who you just heard from, says that number will drop down to about 20,000 cases a day. Now, this has to feel like at least a small ray of hope for hospitals that are crippling under this COVID-19 surge.
Thank you, Christy. As always, we have everything you need to know about COVID posted online at 11alive.com.
All right, if you love that beautiful weather, yeah, it just spills over into today. Pleasant is what I'm going to call it. Temperatures right around 78 degrees by noon. 83 will be our afternoon high temperature under mostly sunny skies. Gorgeous. Pretty much all day long. Want to eat your dinner out on the patio, you can do so. 79 degrees will be our temperature by 7, but you only got about 25 minutes or so to do it. Yeah, about 25 after you start to see that sun going down. But you can get the lights on, turn the lights on, you can enjoy it. All right, that forecast track model, really not much changes. You'll notice how clouds pop up once we get into the daytime heating, but you're only talking about a few cumulus clouds popping up. That's it. A little disturbance comes through, upper level disturbance comes through early on Tuesday. By the time you start to go outside, you barely even see this. The sun rises after 7 o'clock. That'll be gone. We'll have plenty of sunshine around. We get into the afternoon, of course, with the heating, we'll start to see some of those cumulus clouds popping up. Temperatures a little bit warmer on Tuesday than they will be today, and getting warmer. That's going to be our trend for the next couple of days, as a matter of fact. 85 degrees will be the high temperature on Tuesday. Looking at 87, approaching the 90-degree mark once we get to Wednesday and Thursday of this week. And then you'll be looking at a 10 out of a possible 11 once again on Friday, as a weak cold front will move back into the area. It'll reinforce that drier air and also cool our temperatures down, especially as we head into the weekend. We'll be looking at temperatures in the low 80s, or at least around 80 degrees. We have a major hurricane here in the Atlantic. Will it impact the East Coast? We're going to let you know in the full forecast coming up, plus some other disturbances to talk about as well.
Developing right now, police need your help looking for a person of interest connected to a rape case. Take a look at this photo right here. Do you know who this man is? APD says he goes by the street name P. They say he may be involved with the reported rape that happened in Butler Park in Southwest Atlanta on Saturday the 18th. They want to know where he is. If you know, call police. Coweta County deputies say they're still looking for 2 other people in connection to multiple fights that broke out at the fair over the weekend. This is a look at all the chaos happening at the Noonan Fairgrounds. You can see police trying to break up multiple fights out there on Saturday night. The fair was shut down early because of all this drama. Deputies say 4 adults were arrested. Multiple juveniles were also detained but later released to their parents. The Housing and Urban Development Secretary, Marcia Fudge, made a stop in Atlanta today. She met with Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms and other Atlanta officials to highlight the Build Back Better agenda that will provide access to affordable housing. Right now, officials say the average home price in Atlanta is $308,000. That is a 25% increase from 2020. Now, Secretary Fudge says the Build Back Better agenda will help ease the strain on Atlanta families.
Black home ownership is the same as it was by percentage as compared to white home ownership as it was in 1968, is because we don't have down payment assistance. We can rechange that. In this HUD, we're giving down payment assistance so that you can start with equity in your house. In this HUD, we are neutralizing student loan debt. Who has student loan debt? Black, brown, and poor people. We're changing that so that your debt, your student loan debt, will not count so heavily against you and you can get credit. We're starting to give small dollar loans, Mayor. You know what it is like. You have neighborhoods that have been redlined for so long. You can go and buy a house for $10,000 or $20,000, but the banks won't loan you the money to fix it. We're changing that. We're going to rebuild our neighborhoods and our communities.
Congress is set to vote on the president's Build Back Better package this week. Democratic leaders hope to pass legislation in order to avoid a federal shutdown. Former President Donald Trump made a stop in Georgia this weekend. He held a Save America rally in Perry, taking jabs at Governor Brian Kemp and Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, who are both running for re-election. The former president and his supporters also using the rally as an opportunity to call for audits and major changes to Georgia's voting system. Pro-Trump Republicans also called out state leaders who did not support Trump's attempt to illegally overturn the Georgia election results. Other topics mentioned include border control and President Biden's handling of Afghanistan. The absentee ballot application process is already underway for some Metro Atlanta voters as we look to that November 2nd municipal election. The 11Alive Verify team is already getting some questions about how personal information on those applications is used. Liza Lucas verifies.
You asked, we verified. 11Alive viewer Richard wanted to know whether personal info from his absentee ballot application will stay confidential. Let's Verify is a voter's phone number or email shared by Open Records to candidates to use in their campaign. Our sources are Georgia Secretary of State's office, the state's absentee ballot application, and Emory University political science professor Dr. Andra Gillespie. While it's important to remember that the secrecy of your ballot is sacred, Dr. Gillespie says whether or not you registered or actually voted in elections is a matter of public record, and Georgia law allows for the public to purchase voter demographic information. However, the Georgia Secretary of State's office verifies that email address and phone numbers are not included in public profile information. On line 6 of the absentee ballot application, it indicates it's recommended voters provide their phone and email, but it's not required. Georgia Secretary of State's office says that info is just a way for the county to let a voter know if there's a problem with their ballot. So, Richard, we can verify that some voter information like name and address is available to the public under Georgia law, but the idea your email or phone would be shared by the state with campaigns is false. However, that info can be found in other ways. Dr. Gillespie says some campaigns or candidates work with data mining companies to match your voting record with your contact information. Political parties and campaigns can also get your info when you sign up for alerts from a candidate or make a donation. With your Verify, I'm Liza Lucas.
Students living in an off-campus apartment complex dealing with even more issues than those delayed move-in dates. Up next, we take a look at some issues causing major concerns at the Catalyst Apartments in Midtown.
A mobile weather center with the power and speed to chase down the strongest storms and bring you on-the-ground conditions. The 11Alive Thunder Truck, sponsored by Landmark Dodge.
They come in every day with the same spirit, with the same professionalism.
You can see the passion that comes with their reporting.
Even delivering the bad news is just a great environment that they're presenting to us.
How can you really tell whether a viral story is true or false? 11Alive's Verify breaks down the claims with facts and experts so you can know whether you're seeing truth or misinformation. Watch Verify only on 11Alive News.
Morning news is just a little bit of everything. to give everyone what they need to start their day. Chesley does a fantastic job of making it relatable and making it digestible. Crash with Traffic makes it so interesting, and I love his energy. Francesca is so smart and brilliant, and I love the way she researches stories. You're always going to get the most accurate information.
Watch Aisha, Francesca, Chesley, and Crash on the 11Alive Morning News, weekdays 5 to 7.
Chesley, I just think that he's a great weather guy. He really knows what he's doing.
I love the weather because Chesley has been absolutely fabulous.
I like the way that Chesley will take the time to explain something, and I feel like I'm sitting in his classroom.
The Locked On Podcast is your new place to keep up with your team every day. Falcons, Hawks, Braves, Bulldogs. Expert analysis on Atlanta and SEC sports. Listen and subscribe at 11alive.com/lockedon.
News happens fast. Stream it faster. 11Alive News is now on Roku. Stream live newscasts and watch on demand. 11Alive News. Stream now on Roku.
Crash is definitely the funniest.
He makes it enjoyable as far as the traffic, be it good or bad.
He just feels like your Uncle Joe that's on the show, that's out there to make everybody laugh and feel comfortable, yet bring important traffic reports.
Weather can't run from the all-new 11Alive Thunder Truck, a mobile weather center with the power and speed to chase down the strongest storms and bring you on-the-ground conditions. The 11Alive Thunder Truck, sponsored by Landmark Dodge.
They come in every day with the same spirit, with the same professionalism.
You can see the passion that comes with.
We have new information on the breaking news about a gas main break we're following out of Alpharetta. Atlanta Gas Light says an unrelated contractor struck a natural gas main while installing a storm drain. They say natural gas services are shut off for about 100 customers while those repairs are made. A portion of Alpharetta Highway in North Fulton County is blocked right now. Roswell Fire Department says they are currently trying to fix the break and are urging drivers to avoid the area. Well, this story just keeps on going, adding more and more layers to it. Student residents say they are still dealing with issues at an off-campus housing complex. Brittany Klein-Peter gives us a look inside some of the most concerning sites at the Catalyst Apartments.
From leaks, bad plumbing to mold, students say the problems at the Catalyst Apartments continue to mount.
I'd say it's scary. It's just like you don't know what could happen.
Sydney Madden is one of many who haven't been allowed to move in yet. She says she was supposed to move into the complex in August, but she was told that the city had not issued a certificate of occupancy for her building yet. A portion of the building was given the go-ahead by the city to allow tenants, but Madden says what she's seen inside is disappointing.
We were expecting a lot more from them. We're like, oh yeah, we're gonna move in and we're gonna be the first ones to live there and stuff. And now we have to worry about all these issues.
Madden says that the apartment management is making her pay her lease even though she can't move in, with promises to apply that money to future rent. However, the college student says she and several others just want out of their lease or their money back. In an email sent to residents by management on Friday, residents that have units on 3 floors of another building will be permitted to move in on Monday. But the GSU freshman says she'll believe it when it actually happens.
Everybody's just not excited. It's not like a normal move-in because we've waited so long and we never know what's gonna happen because Catalyst has moved our move-in date. Can't even count the number of times now.
We did reach out to the city and the apartment management for a statement regarding the tenants' claims we saw in that video. So far, haven't heard anything back. Apartment management is paying for students who have not been able to move in to stay at nearby hotels.
Well, we got a 10 out of a possible 11 today on the Wazometer. I know you're saying, okay, mostly sunny skies, 83 degrees for the high. Why not an 11? Well, this is how we rate your weather on a scale from 1 to 11, with 11 being the most perfect day we can have for this time of year. Perfect day, it's fall, football season. You want that temperature a little bit lower than that. Our average for this time of year would be around 80, 81. So this is a little bit above that, If you had temperatures around 78, 76, you know what I mean, right? That leaf peeping weather, and it's been very nice. Can't complain about this. Double digits on the Wazometer. High pressure has been in control and remains in control over us. You see some moisture now. On the backside of this, we got that southerly flow. And so that moisture is starting to build in. And so we'll see that as we head through the week. In fact, we'll start to see that moisture build over here to the west while we remain nice and dry. Here's how it all plays out for us. Now, this is the our legend here shows where you have the purple and blues. That's where the dry air is. And once you get into the yellows, the oranges, and the reds, that's where that moisture starts to build in. And so we see that over here to the west as we go into Tuesday. See how this starts to build over Louisiana, eastern portions of Texas, and into Mississippi. Alabama remains relatively dry, and so do we. And we continue that as we head into Wednesday, staying nice and dry. Our temperatures will start to go up a little bit as that moisture continues to build further off to the north, but we remain dry. Alabama eastward, just staying on the dry side Thursday. By Friday, we'll notice some changes. We got, look at that purple now starting to dip a little bit further down to the south. You got that front pushing back into our area. So what it's going to do is reinforce the drier air and also cool our temperatures down a little bit, because we will warm it up somewhat as we head toward the middle of the work week, but then cooling it off again as we head through the weekend and staying on the dry side. Tropics very active. Got a couple systems out here that we're looking at. One up here to the north here. This is the remnants of Peter with about a 50% chance for development there, and then two more systems coming off of Africa that have about an 80% chance for development over the next 5 days. But there's the monster storm, right? We've been talking about Sam. Category 4 hurricane will continue to slide to the northwest and then make that hook further up to the north. Now, Bermuda is right here. It's in the cone of uncertainty, which means I'll have to watch out for a direct hit. Right now, it looks like the storm will stay just to the east of that area and then continue off to the north. Now, of course, a Category 3 hurricane, it's a major hurricane, will cause some high surf there and also some gusty winds. Not much going on here to the east, eastern seaboard. Maybe some high surf there, but that'll be it. Most of us, by this time of year, start to withdraw from the coast just a little bit. I know some of you weekend warriors like to get over there, and it's the weekend that storm will be up that way. So if you take a look at our forecast track model, it shows some clouds early on Tuesday morning. They're out of here. By the time you're waking up, by the time the sun rises, they'll be gone. We'll have mostly sunny skies through the day on our Tuesday. By Wednesday, notice that moisture building back off to the west. We remain nice and dry, and it gets hot too. We're talking about temperatures getting closer to 90 degrees for an afternoon high, and we'll stay that way for your Thursday as well. In fact, could be a little bit warmer on Thursday. By Friday, that backdoor front comes in, barely noticing it as far as any precipitation goes or the cloud cover goes. We're going to remain nice and dry, mostly sunny skies, 84 degrees for the high. My pick for the week right there, and even better as we head into the weekend. You got 2 11Alive days, 81 for your high on Saturday, Sunday, 80 for the high. Enjoy.
President Biden's vaccine mandate for federal workers came by executive order. Congress had no say. Why does the president hold so much power? Our Why Guy takes a look.
From the internment of Japanese Americans during World War II to President Harry Truman's order to abolish segregation in the armed forces, the executive orders of American presidents have been powerful and at times controversial. Nearly every president has used them. Without the approval of Congress, presidents can influence our lives with a signature. Here's why presidents hold the power of the executive order. First, some context. Emory political science professor Andra Gillespie tells us the power is limited.
Presidents don't rule by fiat. It has to be based in the rule of law.
Congress passes laws. The Constitution states it's the president's job to make sure those laws are faithfully executed. So, presidents often use executive orders to direct federal workers on enforcement, sometimes changing direction during times of war or other emergencies. Executive orders do not create laws or give a president new powers.
They're going back to the statutes or they're going back to the Constitution. Presidents can't execute any laws that don't already exist.
In 2017, President Donald Trump issued a controversial executive order temporarily blocking travelers from 7 Middle Eastern countries from entering the United States. It was based on existing laws written to protect the United States from terrorist attacks. The executive order was challenged in court, modified, and eventually eliminated by a proclamation from President Biden. Gillespie says the most effective way to challenge an executive order is in front of a judge.
The likely remedy is to go to the court. Yes, you can take the president to court.
President Franklin Delano Roosevelt holds the record when it comes to executive orders, signing 3,721 during his 4 terms as president.
A symbol of progress. Up next, we take a look at a new mural in Southeast Atlanta paying homage to the LGBTQ community.
And SEC Sports. Listen and subscribe at 11alive.com/lockedon.
News happens fast. Stream it faster. 11Alive News is now on Roku. Stream live newscasts and watch on demand. 11Alive News. Stream now on Roku.
Crash is definitely the funniest.
He makes it enjoyable as far as the traffic, be it good or bad.
He just feels like your Uncle Joe that's on the show, that's out there to make everybody laugh and feel comfortable, yet bring important traffic reports.
Weather can't run from the all-new 11Alive Thunder Truck, a mobile weather center with the power and speed to chase down the strongest storms and bring you on-the-ground conditions. The 11Alive Thunder Truck, sponsored by Landmark Dodge.
They come in every day with the same spirit, with the same professionalism.
You can see the passion that comes with their reporting.
Even delivering the bad news is just a great environment that they're presenting to us.
How can you really tell whether a viral story is true or false? 11Alive's Verify breaks down the claims with facts and experts so you can know whether you're seeing truth or misinformation. Watch Verify only on 11Alive News.
Morning news is just a little bit of everything to give everyone what they need to start their day. Chesley does a fantastic job of making it relatable. A mural to mark the 50th anniversary of Atlanta Pride now lives in Southeast Atlanta. In today's Voices for Equality, 11Alive's Natisha Land spoke with organizers who share how they hope the artwork will encourage people to embrace gay rights and continue the work for improvements.
A vision of pride vividly washed over bricks in Southeast Atlanta. It's a mural capturing 50 years of history in the LGBTQ+ community.
The mural just represents unity, visibility in the LGBTQ+ community. It tells a story about the history of pride in Atlanta.
From the Chattahoochee River to cycling and the iconic rainbow flag that flows as a symbol of pride. Each detail serves a purpose.
It's a lot of intricate details that I encourage people to dive into the history of Pride in Atlanta. I think that this is a conversation starter. It helps people walk by and say, wow, what's that?
The project was sponsored by the Consulate General of Canada in conjunction with their 50-year Pride celebration.
Gay rights is at the core of what makes a society healthy, functioning, and safe for us all.
They wanted to create something meaningful to live within an Atlanta community. The once brick wall on the side of Dad's garage in Southeast Atlanta made for the perfect spot.
We are very excited to support Atlanta Pride, the Canadian Consulate, to put up this beautiful mural.
Beautiful, yes, but also a reminder of work that still needs to be done.
We just need to remember that the fight isn't over and that there are a lot of challenges that we still face. Challenges politically, challenges just in everyday life.
Up next, $545 million is up for grabs. Don't miss out on your chances to win. We have details up next.
Presented to us.
How can you really tell whether a viral story is true or false? 11Alive's Verify breaks down the claims with facts and experts so you can know whether you're seeing truth or misinformation. Watch Verify only on 11Alive News.
Morning news is just a little bit of everything to give everyone what they need to start their day. Chesley does a fantastic job of making it relatable and making it digestible. Crash with Traffic makes it so interesting, and I love his energy. Francesca is so smart and brilliant, and I love the way she researches stories. You're always gonna get the most accurate information.
Watch Aisha, Francesca, Chesley, and Crash on the 11Alive Morning News, weekdays 5 to 7.
Chesley, I just think that he's a great weather guy. He really knows what he's doing.
I love the weather because Chesley has been absolutely fabulous.
I like the way that Chesley will take the time to explain something, and I feel like I'm sitting in his classroom.
The Locked On Podcast is your new place to keep up with your team every day. Falcons, Hawks, Braves, Bulldogs. Expert analysis on Atlanta and SEC sports. Listen and subscribe at 11alive.com/lockedon.
News happens fast. Stream it faster. 11Alive News is now on Roku. Stream live newscasts and watch on demand. 11Alive News. Stream now on Roku.
Crash is definitely the funniest.
He makes it enjoyable as far as the traffic, be it good or bad.
He just feels like your Uncle Joe that's on the show, that's out there to make everybody laugh and feel comfortable, yet bring important traffic reports.
Weather can't run from the all-new 11Alive Thunder Truck, a mobile weather center with the power and speed to chase down the strongest storms and bring you on-the-ground conditions. The 11Alive Thunder Truck, sponsored by Landmark Dodge.
They come in every day with the same spirit, with the same professionalism.
You can see the passion that comes with their reporting.
Even delivering the bad news is just a great environment that they're presenting to us.
How can you really tell whether a viral story is true or false? 11Alive's Verify breaks down the claims with facts and experts so you can know whether you're seeing truth or misinformation. Watch Verify.
All right, if you win the Powerball, are you quitting your job the very next day, or are you showing up? $545 million still up for grabs out there. According to the Powerball website, no one won Saturday night's drawing, but there were some winners who took home a couple million. I'd take that too. The next drawing for the jackpot is tonight at 11 p.m. Just make sure your numbers match before sending in that resignation letter. You gotta be sure. Think about that. Would you show up? Is the question. Thanks for watching 11Alive News at noon. Stay safe out there and enjoy a great Monday.
Live News, stream now on Roku.
Crash is definitely the funniest.
He makes it enjoyable as far as the traffic, be it good or bad.
He just feels like your Uncle Joe that's on the show, that's out there to make everybody laugh and feel comfortable, yet bring important traffic reports.
Weather can't run from the all-new 11Alive Thunder Truck, a mobile weather center with the power and speed to chase down the strongest storms and bring you on-the-ground conditions. The 11Alive Thunder Truck, sponsored by Landmark Dodge.
They come in every